Greetings RC friends, welcome to Props and Wheels. Finally, after a long time, I'm starting another build and fly project. And I have this fun Cub 1100mm EPO training plane from Banggood that I got almost a year ago. This was December 2020 when I got this because it was on sale for $42.32, and with the shipping and insurance it cost me $44.94. Now it comes as a kit. It is open. I already opened it up to take a look inside. Everything was there and without damage, but I haven't done anything with it, so I'm going to show the unboxing kind of right now. And what I'll be using on this plane are these. So these are Tower Pro, very inexpensive Tower Pro 9-gram servos that I got, I think, at $1.50 each when I got 10 of those. And when I was picking up some parts and my Fly Zone E-Race, the guy said, hey, I have a bunch of parts and in a box, and do you want them? And they were like good parts and some like planes as well for 30 bucks, and then this was included. So this is a rimfire 370 motor, brushless motor, and it came with a 22 amp brushless used ESC. So the fun cup here says that it requires 2212 to 2216 with a 980 kV to 1400 kV. So this is going to be plenty of power for this. It is listing ESC between 20 to 40. I don't think I'm going to exceed 22 amps much because I'm planning to use a smaller propeller and then use a 3-cell battery. And I can use probably to balance it anywhere from 1300 milliamp hour to 2200 milliamp hour 3S battery. That should give anything in between. I have 1300, I have 1500, 1800, 2200. So whatever balances it best, puts the CG in the right spot, I'm planning to use that one. And as the receiver, I have these Sun receivers. This is a 7-channel receiver. This is 2.4 gigahertz modern receiver, and it works great with my Radiomaster TX16S. I have used it in many of my planes before. Did a video on how to bind and set it up on TX16S. I have never had any problems with these. And I'll put the link in the description for how to bind it in case you're interested. So it is time to take everything out, and I'm going to show you what it contains so you have an idea. It's very basic. Basically. So here we have, I haven't even opened these box packages yet. I just looked into the box to make sure that everything is fine. But this is EPO foam. This is like really nice, high quality foam. Funka. It says multiplex. This is a knockoff of multiplex. This is the copy. The real multiplex planes, the Funka is 55-inch wingspan. That's almost 1,400 millimeters. This is 1,100 millimeters. So it's significantly small. So this is basically a Chinese copy. Do I really care? Not really. I like smaller planes. It is easier to carry in my little Ford Fiesta. So this is fine with me as long as it flies well. And I have a feeling that from the way I'm seeing everything made, this is going to be a great flyer. So here is the hardware box with the control horns, the clevises, the rods. So I get 4 short control rods. I'm assuming the servos for the bag is not going to be long rods, but the servos will be directly installed close to the tail, directly moving the elevator as well as the rudder. I'm just guessing. Very nice, pretty sturdy landing gear, and these are air-filled tires. Are these air-filled? Maybe foam, but they look very high quality and well installed with these little collars to keep them from moving out. And here are the wing halves. I may have to do some gluing, or I'm not sure. There is also probably a spar in somewhere. Yes, there is a carbon fiber spar that goes through, so at the end I may not have to glue them. There may be a bracket holding them together. Again, very simple installation. Each aileron has its own servo directly inside the wing, and there are already channels cut into the wing to guide the wires. I just have to make sure I have the correct extensions. And they also included another 2 locations close to the fuselage, and these are in case you want to add flaps. You can separate this section. They already provided the hole where the control horn is going to go, but you can separate this from the, cut it off this way and make it a hinge here, and then have flaps as well. I'm going to set it up, basic 4-channel airplane with ailerons and not bother with the flaps. This is a small plane, it shouldn't have any problem landing slowly. So what else do we have in this very basic cardboard box? That's it. It's empty. So very basic. It came in this cardboard box. I couldn't find anywhere what the brand is. There's an SKU, stock keeping unit number. I may search it, and if I find it, I will put it in the video and as well as in the description section. It was dirty. So let's open it up. How the fuselage looks, I will show you now. By the way, very well packaged. The cardboard box was very thick, so not easy to crush. One of those, double thickness ones. And this kind of reminds me, one of my favorite airplanes, the 3-channel Hobby Zone Super Cub. Okay, I don't like the vinyl too much because, well, it has been sitting for 11 months now inside that box since it arrived, so they are peeling off a little bit. But that's to be expected, these age, and the glue gets less sticky and then they start peeling. But overall, the foam quality is superb, so far superb. And they already installed the tail wheel, and it can go, I'm guessing, into the rudder and then turn around. Yes, they put everything, the plastic, over here already. So this kind of slides and then you can steer it. It's the tail dragger, so you can steer it. I mean, so far I'm impressed. Hopefully my hardware here will mesh up very well. Especially I'm concerned about the size of this motor because this is larger than expected. So I'm hoping it's going to fit. I'm already seeing some issues with the motor mount because this doesn't match the hole pattern here. So I have to kind of improvise. We'll see. If this doesn't work, I have other motors. I may be able to put something in, but it's not going to have the power of this 370 rimfire. So let's get started. I'm going to clean up the table and I'm going to put everything to hyperlapse so you are not getting bored. And if I have anything important to say, to share with you, I'm going to come back to real time and then explain and then go back to time lapse or hyperlapse. So let's get started.